Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. I'd like to say hello to Eva from Australia. I'd like to say happy belated birthday to Cade Webb, who turned 6 in January. Happy belated birthday to Ivan, who turned 1 on February 6th. Happy belated birthday to Rowan in Okemos, Michigan, who recently had her 6th birthday. Happy birthday to Sophia, who is turning 5 on Valentine's Day, with her little brothers listening on Alexander Lane. Happy birthday to Oliver from Portland, Oregon, who is turning 5 on February 14th. Happy birthday to Alex Suraj John from Napier, New Zealand, who is turning 10 on February 14th. Happy birthday to Rogan Leung from Pleasanton, California, who is turning 5 on February 15th. Happy birthday to Coraline from Illinois, who is turning 9 on February 16th. Happy birthday to Mira Ruth from India as she turns 10 on February 17th. We are so proud of you and love you. Happy birthday to Sasha Perry from Victoria, BC, who is turning 9 on February 18th. And happy birthday to Maverick from Tequila, Georgia, USA, who is turning 5 on February 18th. Happy birthday to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Shoutouts and birthday wishes are one way we give thanks to our supporters. If you would like to support us and receive more bedtime entertainment like this, all ad-free, please visit our support page at sleeptightstories.org/support. Thank you. Bernice is home from school, but when she comes into the house quietly, she gives Papa Bear a little bit of a fright. Papa Bear says he didn't hear her come in and asks her, what is wrong? Bernice and Papa Bear sit down with cookies and drinks to talk about Bernice's day and to see if Papa Bear can make her feel any better. Bernice does poorly on her science test. Bernice slowly walked down the walkway to the front door of her small house. She quietly opened and closed the front door, took off her coat and boots, and walked into the kitchen, where Papa Bear took a pan full of cookies out of the oven. Bernice, you certainly came in quietly. You gave me a little fright, Papa Bear said. Is everything okay? You look a bit sad today. Yeah, Papa, I'm a bit disappointed today, Bernice said as she sat her book bag down and went to the sink to wash her hands. Do you feel like talking about it, little bear? I guess so, Papa. How about some cookies while you tell me about your day and what is bothering you? Papa Bear asked. With a little smile, Bernice replied, Okay, Papa. They smell super yummy, but I'm not sure if even your cookies can cheer me up. That sounds serious, Papa Bear said as he set a plate of cookies and a glass of milk in front of Bernice. Let me get a cup of tea before you start. This might be a tea and cookies talk. What kind of cookies are they, Papa? Bernice asked before she took a bite. White chocolate macadamia nut, little bear. Macadamia nuts are my favorite treat in the whole world. More than cookies, Papa? Second favorite treat, Papa Bear replied with a smile. So, tell me about your day and why you are so down in the dumps. Well, Papa, the day started great. We had math class, which was a lot of fun, and social studies, which was pretty interesting. Gertrude and Bobby were back and were not sick anymore, so we got to play outside together. My lunch was tasty too, Papa, but Bobby and I shared a bit because he had some pizza for lunch, and well, I have a weakness for pizza. Taking a drink of tea, Papa Bear said, "That sounds like a good day so far, Little Bear. What happened next?" In the afternoon during science class, the teacher gave us a surprise test. Bobby did really good, Papa, but I didn't. I think I got a really bad mark. Really? You don't need to be so hard on yourself, Little Bear. I'm very proud of you and think you should be proud too. You do your homework, read lots of books, are very curious about the world, and study all kinds of science topics. We all have bad days. But Bobby didn't have a bad day, Papa. That's Bobby, Little Bear. Be happy for him, but you don't need to compare yourself with him. And I'll tell you a secret, Papa Bear whispered. What secret, Papa? What is most important now is that you enjoy learning and understand what you are being taught. I love learning new things, Papa. I know you do. Was there a question on the test you didn't understand? Yes, Papa. I think I got confused or something. Bernice took the test from her book bag and showed it to Papa Bear. Looking at her test, Papa Bear said, "Little Bear, you did really well. I don't know why you are so upset. You understood and answered all the questions well." Bernice pointed to the test. "But I got confused with this question, Papa." Papa Bear read the question. The difference between renewable and non-renewable resources. I see. The teacher wanted more examples, and you got some of your examples mixed up. That's okay, Little Bear. Maybe we can spend some time studying this topic in our next science lesson. Speaking quietly, Bernice asked, "Can you give me some examples now, Papa?" I know more about baking cookies than energy sources, so let me get my science book from the living room. As Papa Bear walked away, Bernice laughed. "Are cookies a source of energy, Papa?" "Ha ha ha, they are for us. Maybe we can talk about nutrition sometimes too. Your mama is an expert." Looking at his book, Papa Bear said, "So, I think you know this part. Renewable resources are resources that can be replenished naturally, and at a rate that is equal to or faster than the rate at which they are consumed." "That doesn't include cookies, does it, Papa?" Bernice said, laughing. "No, unfortunately not. I don't think we can heat our house with cookies," Papa Bear said with a laugh. "Can you remember some examples, Little Bear?" I knew that there was solar because we have solar panels, and I knew about wind because of the windmills we see. That's correct, Little Bear. Other examples of renewable resources include water and bioenergy sources like crops and forests. Bobby's parents use wood in their stove, Bernice said. That's right, Little Bear. Bobby's house has a wood stove for the winter cold. Now, non-renewable resources are resources that cannot be replenished quickly enough to sustain their consumption rate. I couldn't think of any examples, Papa. That's okay, Little Bear. Some examples of non-renewable resources include fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas, and minerals like iron, aluminum, and gold. Once these resources are used up, they cannot be replaced. While I am preparing dinner, why don't you rewrite the answers to those questions? And, if you have time, see if you can find in the book why the difference between renewable and non-renewable resources is important. Okay, Papa, but I have a little problem. What's that, little bear? I think I am out of energy, Bernice said, smiling. Would another cookie help? Papa Bear asked. I think it would, Papa, because they are super-duper delicious. Okay, little bear, here's another cookie. Thank you, Papa. It's that time, Papa, said Bernice. And what time is that, little bear? Replied her papa. The time you read me a story. That means it's my favorite time of day. What kind of story would you like? Her papa asked. Maybe a story with Boo Boo. I think Boo Boo and Kai Kai are a lot like Bobby and me, Bernice said with a great big yawn. They could be, Papa Bear said, smiling. Did you do all the things you need to do before bed? I think so. I gave Mama a great big hug and kiss. I had a soapy bath. I even did a good job cleaning behind my ears. I put on my warm pajamas, I brushed my teeth, and I even did some stretches. You are growing up, little bear. I know, Papa. Soon I'll be taller than you. I'm sure you will. Are you comfy? Yes, Papa. How about Twigga, Wolfie, and Madeline? Are they ready for a story? They say they are ready, and I think they are looking forward to it too. Okay, give me a hug and a kiss, and I'll tell you a short story. Thank you, Papa. Once upon a time, in a world full of magic and fun, there lived a brave little bear named Boo Boo. She lived in a large castle at the edge of a mystical forest. In this forest were unicorns, fairies, gnomes, and all manner of insects, birds, and animals. It was a wonderful place. Her best friend was a young dragon called Kai Kai, and they liked to play as much as they could. The kingdom they lived in was full of people who lived in the meadows, those who lived in the hills, and those who lived in the forest, and they all lived in harmony. On this day, Boo Boo and Kai Kai were outside in the garden at their preferred meeting place, away from where the gardener worked. The gardener was still leery of Kai Kai and would get upset whenever he saw him. It wasn't that Kai Kai did anything wrong or was anything but polite. It was just that the gardener was from a different time when dragons were not as careful as they are today. Dragons were more clumsy and had ruined many of his gardens by trampling on the plants when they landed to visit the king. What do you feel like doing today? Kai Kai asked. We could fly up to the mountains and slide on the snow, or go for ice cream, or visit the fishing villages. We have no class with Bixie today, and Bluebell is traveling with her family, so we have many choices. Kai Kai, how can you always have so much energy? Boo Boo asked. I'm just naturally energetic, Kai Kai said, laughing. Can you give me some of your energy? I'm tired. Why are you so tired? We just finished writing a bunch of tests, and it has worn me out. It's surprising how tiring studying and writing tests can be. It's almost like when we train for running races. The tests my teachers give me at my level are mostly physical, so I guess it's different. Why don't we just go for a walk in the woods, Boo Boo said. Okay. The seasonal flowers are in bloom, and I think there are some berries ready to be eaten, Kai Kai said, as his stomach started to growl. Oh, Kai Kai, you are so funny, always thinking with your stomach. A young dragon has to grow, you know, Kai Kai said with a laugh. Kai Kai and Boo Boo walked along the path towards the entrance to the forest. The entrance they always took was clearly marked by a round archway that the trees created so that all could see. Though Kai Kai wasn't a large dragon as dragons go, he still found it difficult to walk along the narrow path without stomping on the flowers and plants that lined the way. The trees of the forest towered high into the sky, their branches coming together to form a dense canopy that filtered the sunlight along the path into a dim and mystical glow. The gentle rustle of the trees and the soft chirping of birds provided a relaxing soundtrack to their walk, a soundtrack interrupted only by the heavy thuds of Kai Kai's feet. Boo Boo and Kai Kai are known to all in the forest. Walking along the path and deeper into the woods, they meet talking animals, fairies, and even a couple of gnomes, all going about their day. All of them greet Kai Kai and Boo Boo and treat each other as friends. As Boo Boo and Kai Kai come to a clearing, the air is filled with the sweet scent of flowers and the sounds of more birds. This looks like a great place to stop and rest, Boo Boo said, and I see some berries for us to snack on. Yes, whew, I can now finally let my wings spread naturally. Keeping them close to my body when we are walking can get uncomfortable. I'm sure the forest plants appreciate your effort, Kai Kai, and after this short walk, I already feel better. It was brighter in the clearing, and the sunlight poured down in a warm and inviting beam, illuminating the area with a golden glow. In the center of the clearing was a small pool of crystal clear water, surrounded by a ring of glowing mushrooms, bright flowers, and juicy-looking berries that Kai Kai wanted to snack on. Sitting down, Boo Boo said, I think I could relax here forever. I love spending time in the forest as much as I enjoy spending time at home. If only there was an ice cream shop here, Kai Kai said, laughing. We don't have to keep walking or chatting. Why don't you sit here and relax while I see if I can eat all the berries that are by the pool, Kai Kai said as his stomach grumbled. Sounds good to me, Boo Boo said as Kai Kai walked towards the berries. And save some for me. As Kai Kai approached the pool, Boo Boo could hear the distant laughter of fairies and the whispers of the gentle wind. The sun was warm on her face. I'll just close my eyes for a moment and then join Kai Kai at the berry bush, she said to herself as she slowly fell to sleep. And with that, Papa Bear gave Bernice a kiss on the forehead, adjusted her blanket, making sure that her friends were comfy too, turned off her lamp, and quietly whispered, "Good night." And that is the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.